It's all about nostrils today. Nostrils. Did I clip my nose hairs properly? We're talking nostrils today, people. That's what we're talking about. My number one pet peeve, that by now you probably know this, is when people shoot high on people in headshots. I think it diminishes people's power in the shot. In the 1980s, somebody sat somebody on a floor and shot down on them, and the person was looking up like this. And it's cheese factor 75. I don't want you to do it. I never want you to do it. I don't want you to ever do it again. It's just ridiculous. We're not doing that anymore. So, where do I place my camera height? I want you to note the nostrils. Now, everybody's got a different trajectory of their nostril. Are your nostrils higher than mine? If we both look forward, or you see mine, but if you're above somebody, can you see my nostrils? No. You don't want to do this. Don't shoot up somebody's nose. You don't want to do that. It's very hard to determine exactly where your camera height is when you're shooting. You got a million things to think about. I want you to get this right. My favorite place to put my lens is right on the bottom of somebody's earlobe. So right about here on somebody. Jawline, earlobe, right about here. You can go a little bit lower, but we're gonna measure this. So, center of the lens on Carl's earlobe would be right about at 64 inches. 64 inches. So, if I look at the camera height, put this on the floor, I am exactly at 64 inches because I'm good, I eyeballed it. 64 inches, right? Now, I'm gonna get Carl on my lights. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna shoot him, but watch this. I'm gonna turn his shoulder, I'm gonna drop his shoulder down. Now, hold on, wait a minute. I'm dropping his shoulder down. I'm tilting his head this way too. Tilt this way, no, the other way. So now, he's down because I like jawline. Now, let's look what happened to his ear height. Oh my gosh, 62 inches. 62 inches, people. You gotta drop your camera down. Now he's at 62 inches. So I gotta go to 62 inches. Now, am I gonna whip out a tape measure during a shoot? You better believe I'm not. So what I want you to do, but 62 inches is a lot lower. I'm going down 2 inches here. I'm down. 2 inches is a lot when you gotta move your camera. Look at the difference. All right, I'm eyeballing that. And you know how I'm gonna know? I'm gonna note the nostrils. Okay, so I got Carl in position. Tilt your head slightly less. He's got his jaw, he's got his shoulder down. He came down from where he was standing. Nose is gonna go this way, chin's gonna go down. There you go, hold that. I am at 62 inches like before where I had it, and I am noting the nostril. Hold that. Boom, I'm shooting a picture, right? Now, don't move, Carl. I'm gonna go up 2 inches, and I'm gonna eyeball it, and I'm gonna shoot, and whoop, I'm gonna shoot again. I got my positioning, and now I want you to note the trajectory of the nostril. So now I shot 2 shots of him. I'm not doing the untilt here, which I probably should have done, but let's just talk about the nostrils and the camera height. This is at 64 inches. If you look, let's look at these nostrils. Let's bring them in. Now, Carl has he has tiny nostrils. They're not invasive. They're just there. He's got a nice shaped nose. You know, he's good in this department. But I can see just a little bit of the nostril. I don't see that much of it. Let's see what happens when we go lower. How much nostril do we see? How much nostril? These tiny little nostrils. Oh, I see more nostril. I see more nostril. See the nostril there compared to before? It's a pretty big difference in seeing the amount of nostril. I start to see kind of the black of the nostrils from the shadowing that go into the nasal cavity. So, guys, I want you to note the nostrils here. It's gonna give you a sense of where your camera height is, and it's gonna give you an idea. You can see a lot more nostril there than you can in this image. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot more nostril. Okay, so here's the 64. Look at the amount of nostril. You barely see any nasal cavity shadowing there. And here, more nasal cavity shadow. Look at that. So the nostrils are just a good way for you to know. Now you don't want to go too low and see up the nose, but right here, little tiny nostrils, bigger nostrils. I would say you want a little more nostril in your pictures, people. Nostrils are attractive. They're an interesting portion of the face that you probably don't think about very much, and they're very essential for breathing. I like to tell people to just flare their right nostril. How much nostril control does Carl really have? Is there any way you can just flare one, or can you do independent nostril flaring? No? Yes? Guys, if you like this video, you're absolutely gonna love what I have going on over at the Headshot Crew. It's an absolute smorgasbord of material just like this that I've been working on for the last 10 years. So click the link below, check it out, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I got stuff coming out just for you.